Hello, Combat here, and welcome back to another Marvel Slab video. In this video, we're just going to be taking a look over the LEECH OTA, and looking pretty real, so I just want to have a look at it, and hopefully I don't have to redo this. If it's fake, I'm doing this before we get the actual patch notes. I'm hoping that this leaked one was real. If it is, great, this video will come out. If not, no, I can delete it anyways. So it's quite a big OTA. If this is real, this is quite a good big OTA. Like, I feel like the meta's in a pretty good spot. But anyways, we'll start off with Captain America. He's gone from ongoing your other cards have +1 power to ongoing your other ongoing cards here have +2 power. It's a change. Like they say in their thing, they don't want to really upset the early game stuff. Captain America plays a kind of vital part in like early series, so they don't really want to break that for the newer players. Honestly, I don't mind the change. I don't think it does anything for him. I don't think maybe he slots in now. Like the ongoing deck, I'd punish him. Maybe there's a play for Captain America in there now, but other than that, it's not really anything magical. Talking about that ongoing deck, Spectrum's lost 1 power. The deck was doing okay, so took a power off Spectrum. I guess the reasoning is they're trying to buff those up, right? They're trying to get those giving those decks a little bit more of a buff, so they don't want to buff like cards and make that deck stronger without like also nerfing it. Like they said, they want these decks to hold a spot in the meta, so we're giving it a lot of rote while, but like they don't want it to be too much, right? So they're balancing the Captain America buff with a Spectrum nerf just in case. Then we've got Luke Cage. He's lost 1 power off Luke Cage. Again, it goes into the Spectrum deck. Again, this is a huge buff for C3, right? Now C3 is kind of the best Cerebro deck. Kind of always has been, because 3 power is just where a lot of good cards are, right? So it just goes in there. It's a pretty nice buff to that. Other than that, it's whatever, right? 1 power for Luke Cage. You don't play him for his power, you play him from his effect. Next up, we have one of the changes I'm most excited for, which is the Baron Mordo buff. I actually think this is going to be quite a decent change. I've seen people say that this is a terrible change and it makes no sense and it's terrible and they don't have to buff cards and they've ruined it. It will not be played ever again, right? First up, cards barely played anyways. It never played. I'm just going to say pretty much never played, right? The decks that it was in would be like a Ronin deck, which there's better options. 2, the old one, it was pretty much a free draw, which is terrible. Now, it's a dead draw. What people don't seem to understand is, you play this on 2, their next card is going to be a 6-cost card, no matter what, which gives them a dead draw, right? We have 6 turns. One of those turns are going to be dead. It's going to be ridiculous, right? You put this in a mill deck, right? You're yondoing a card, then you're borrowing a Modo card, right? And then maybe you pick them up with a beast. Maybe you Iceman into a beast, and then pick them up. Then you Iceman cards in their hand, which one of them's going to be a 6-drop, so it doesn't get hit anyways. So you're doing another one. Then you borrowing a card, then you yondo a card, and maybe they don't get to play anything for turn 3, 4, 5, who knows? And then you emo it, right? The card's going to be toxic and it's going to slot straight into a mill deck, be 10 times the card it used to be. And people, I just don't understand how people are seeing this as a bad change. Like, it's a kind of a bad change for enjoyment because it's going to be a pain to play with this card, but it's a great change for the card. Anyways, enough rambling on that card. Like, it's the card that's going to be insane. This is probably the second best change in here. Next up, we have Grandmaster adding 2 power. It's no shock this came. I liked Grandmaster. It was super hard to find a slot in the meta for him because it was always like big card stuff and like the type of decks that it would fit in, which would be like the werewolf deck or hit monkey stuff like that, and now a sage deck, right? It kind of fits in there, but because he had 0 power, it kind of made it awkward. Now he's got some power. Maybe he still slots in there. Maybe he doesn't. And then the biggest change of the patch is Werewolf's gone from a 4/4 to a 3/1. Still gets his 2 power. Honestly, at 3 power, the card was insane. So he's back. He's lost some power, but it doesn't really matter. You play him out of 3, then into a load of stuff, pick up some cards. It's going to be insane. Again, I just feel like... Well, I'll say this. I said that this and Baron were the best changes, but I forgot about the next change, right? Or the one coming up here. We have Leader, which is just 1 power. Doesn't really matter much, right? And then the biggest change, I forgot all about this, was the Leech nerf. From a 4/2 back to a 5 cost, now he's a 5/5. So they wanted Leech to come in here to a target Annihilus, right? Maybe hurt some hella stuff. At the end of the day, they did it at the wrong possible time, right? If they made this change before Blink season, right, maybe it would have been fine. But with this, with Blink, just made it so you just put it in a deck, right? It was so annoying. As you said there, 5/3 was not really playable, so giving it some power, keep Leech meaningful, right? I don't mind Leech as a card that could slot in some decks, but the fact that if you watch any of my gameplay videos, Leech, right? We had Sage last week. Sage decks, really weak to Leech. We just got Namora, weak to Leech, right? It was just so annoying. It was Leech. The one good thing about it was people just snapped on Leech into Blink so much, and I found so many cubes off that. It's ridiculous. And then the last change is Sentry. He's lost 2 power on the Void and Sentry. Honestly, it's a kind of a buff to the card Sentry because he can't be shanked. But it's also a nerf to the damage that the Void's putting out. So the Void just becomes like a Hobgoblin type thing. Then power that. It's okay to change, right? It's nothing special. Honestly, those are the changes. I actually kind of like them. I'm looking forward to playing some Baron, some more Werewolf back. Probably those two in the same deck, I'm not going to lie. Like a mill deck with a bouncing Werewolf flying around. Sounds pretty freaking good to me, I'm not going to lie. And then you've got like, you put in Grandmaster in there and some whatever else. Honestly, it's going to be fun. And I'm just glad Leech is gone. Anyways, that's enough rambling for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think about the patches. And hopefully these were the real patches, so I haven't wasted my time doing a video on it and all this nonsense. And if they're not, oh well, you'll never see this anyways. Get wrecked. And if they are, let me know. And I will see you tomorrow for another video. Peace.